pulling my bangs down like I'm Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3, the emo version. Hey everyone, so this past week I've been on spring break and it's been insanely relaxing. I've done absolutely nothing. I slept from like 4 in the morning until like 1 in the afternoon, which seems like a lot, but is still the exact same number of hours of sleep that I normally would have gotten, so it really didn't do anything. And I slept and I watched Netflix up until Thursday when I realized I had like a mondo amount of work to do. And I know telling you that I'm doing nothing over the past week doesn't necessarily help my case for the fact that I didn't post a video last week. But yeah. But in lieu of staying up until 4 in the morning and watching Netflix like crazy, I got through 3 seasons of Gossip Girl. I'm pretty proud of myself. But in lieu of all of that, I've kind of realized that I still have like a massive fear of the dark. The same fear that I had when I was a kid. It's not nearly as bad, but I mean, the darkness is terrifying. I mean, I'm obviously not the only person that thinks this, but I mean, darkness as a whole, it's just a terrifying concept. It's really strange. I mean, what's there? Nobody knows. Why? Because it's dark. You don't know. And especially staying up at night until 4 in the morning, staring at a phone screen for probably 6 hours, you know, your eyes become dilated to the fact where you hear a noise and you look up, you can't see anything. It's so dark. It's the darkness. It's all of the darkness. Is all the dark units are in your room. You can't see anything. And so somebody could be sitting next to you and you would have no idea. Like, no idea. No, none of the idea. Hi! But yes, I realized that I had a massive fear of the darkness, and as a kid, I was a ginormous pansy. I mean, I was afraid of, there were so many things I was afraid of. If I were to go to the bathroom at any point in time, you know, after the sun went down, usually once everybody else is asleep and you gotta get up in the middle of the night for that midnight pee, you know, and you're walking into the bathroom, it's so dark and it's so scary, you can't see anything, and all you can hear is the little out in the distant creaks of the house settling and the murderers walking all over the hardwood floor downstairs, and so every single time I would walk into the bathroom as a kid, I would check the shower, you know, just because, I mean, like you gotta check and see if there's a murderer there. I mean, normally there's not, but I mean, just in case, you know, for some odd reason he decided, hey, I'm gonna hide in the shower today, so like you gotta check the shower curtain for the murderers. And so every single day I would go to take a shower and I would check the shower curtain, and I mean, it would just be my luck that like the murderer would be somewhere else in the bathroom, not in the shower curtain cabinet, not in the shower. He wouldn't be in the shower. What is this video? I don't know what it is about like living with a roommate, but I don't know, I have this feeling that if murderer were to come in the room while my roommate and I were sleeping, that, I mean, they'd go to him first and they'd kill him, and then they just get all tuckered out and they'd just leave and leave me alone. I'm sorry, Marty, but I mean, if it was a choice of who to kill first, you or me, it's I mean, it's an obvious choice. I mean, you can ask anybody. I mean, leave that in the comments if you think Marty should be killed before I should. But not even with just showers. My closet was always a terrifying place. I think from like birth up until I was 13, I left the light on in my closet because, I mean, you do that and like the monsters can't get you. I mean, they're like vampires. They're all vampires. They can't exist in the light. So yeah, that's why I left the closet light on. But even at that, I would always check the closet. But I mean, the minute that you turn your back and you're not looking at the closet, I mean, they're like the ghosts in Mario. Once you're not looking at them, they're on you like white on rice. They're just freaking on that shit. There was this one thing that I always did, and I think everybody probably did this at some point in time, but you, like, to avoid the monsters, you cover yourself in as many blankets as you possibly can. You know, I mean, the thicker the better. I mean, the more blankets you have on your body, then like, it's so much better, because blankets have some sort of magic where monsters can't pierce through the warmthness and the security. And so when I was little, I used to like make this little blanket cocoon around myself, and then, you know, I started suffocating. So I left like this little hole for like oxygen and supplies, and so that was fun. Something else that's terrified about the darkness, especially, you know, when you're home and most people are asleep, and actually, you know what, this isn't even when it's dark, this is in the daytime, is basements. Basements are terrifying. Whether your basement is carpeted or whether it's not, basements are just absolutely terrifying, especially when you're alone or you're the last one coming up the stairs and your friend has already gotten up the stairs and is up there and you're left in the darkness and you have to run up the stairs. I mean, like, every single time that I go up the stairs, that I'm leaving the basement, I sprint that shit. Usain Bolt ain't got nothing on me when I'm going up the basement steps, because you are getting up there, ain't nothing gonna grab the back of my feet when I'm running up the stairs. I don't think so. You run up the stairs like it's your job. You must run. Run. But of course, the most scary thing that could possibly ever exist, especially when you're home alone, and this always happens when you're home alone, and you hear the doorbell ring, and you know, anybody with any common sense knows that there's no reasonable person that's ringing your doorbell after, like, the sun goes down. I mean, the Mormons, the Girl Scouts, and the UPS people, they've already come and they've done their shit by 5 o'clock. That's their quota. They have at 5 o'clock, that's when all the reasonable people, maybe your neighbors, but that's when all reasonable people stop ringing the doorbell. And so, I mean, it's 9 o'clock, or it's later. I don't know what time it is. It's dark. That is the key. It is dark. So who is ringing the doorbell? It's got to be a murderer. It has to be. There's no legitimate reason for somebody to be ringing your doorbell after dark. And so, I mean, you do want to, you stand at the edge of the hallway. You do one of those peer around the corner, so that way they can't actually see you looking at the door. You know, and then you're just kind of like trying to see if there's actually somebody there, or maybe you just imagined it and you can just walk away, you know. And so, I don't know, you arm yourself with whatever's the first object that's next to you, like a broom or something, or maybe if you're like really rich, you could use like a sweeper, or like a pillow, maybe some Tide Pods. You know what, use your best friend though, you can always do that. I mean, maybe you're not actually that close to them, you can just shove their ass out of there and see, they can go check and see if it's a murderer. But you go up to that door, you strut up there, you turn that knob, and you fling that door open, and there's nobody there, which is kind of weird because you're fairly certain that you heard the doorbell ring, or a knock, and gentle rapping upon your chamber door. And so you walk up there and you open the door and there's nobody there. I mean, and that's usually because the murderer's already in your house. So be aware of that. Thank you everybody, but that is it, you guys. Thank you for watching this video on fear of darkness and my fears as a child. I don't know, I went home and this idea just kind of popped into my head, so I figured I would do it. I want to give a shout out to my best good friend, Natalie. Her and I are like peas and carrots. And if anybody got that reference, shout out to you, because you guys are as awesome as she is, which is pretty damn awesome. So thank you, Natalie. My weekly mission for this week is to literally scare the living crap out of someone, or the dead crap. I'm not picky, I don't care. But find some way and scare the crap out of somebody. Do it to somebody that you know well, because they'll forgive you. But if you do it to like somebody you've gone on 2 dates with, or if you do it to, you know, somebody you don't know well, you can probably like get rid of that friendship. You can just start, you know, getting rid of relationships and connections with people that way. But do it with somebody that you know. I mean, maybe stand around the corner and wait for them to walk by, scream in their face. Like, you could do what I do, which is walk up behind them at a grocery store and like grab their purse. But yes, so that is my weekly mission. Scare the pants off somebody. If you really like this video, then click like. If you want to see me in your subscription box every single week, which would be awesome, then click subscribe, and I will see you every single Monday. I guarantee you it'll be every single Monday. Spring break got me off my game, but rest assured everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be perfect. So do all of that stuff, and I will see you guys the next day that ends in Y. So Monday. All right, bye guys. Oh, wait, one more thing. I just now realized that there is something that I've had in my room for a while, just itching my leg, that I've never actually shown you guys. His name is Hunter, and he suffered a bit of a horn injury. Oh no, I'm stuck in my backpack. He suffered a bit of a horn injury the other day because he fell off the wall. But yes, this is Hunter, and this is Corey, and goodbye.